My name is Shai Wosner, and I play the piano.
My name is Stephen Copes, and I play the violin. Wow. Well, it's always a challenge to fit the amount, regardless of whether you're a student or an adult or maybe a father like Shai is, to balance that work time that you need every day and the practice time you need every day with other obligations. It's very hard. I mean, when I was in high school, it was very difficult with lots of schoolwork to practice. So, I mean, the biggest thing that I wish I learned very early, and I could give the advice to anybody, is to learn, talk to people that play really well and have been through a career and about how to practice efficiently, because it's very easy to waste hours and hours of time doing work that doesn't actually stick. The biggest technique is to be really alert when you're practicing and aware of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. And some people are really good at that, and they don't have to practice as much as others. So
It's something you discover. You just need to do it and to have the feedback. And the best feedback is listening to yourself through recordings and concerts. And of course, playing for your teacher, playing for your friends, but basically having that, cushion to, bounce off of, that teaches you so much. It's just incredible. I try to really, it sounds, cliche, but I try to make sure I play the pieces that I actually feel strongly about and most attached to. Because if I have to spend, 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day with a sonata, I want to like that sonata. You can help yourself by choosing things that are interesting, that make you want to practice. And listening to yourself through recordings, getting feedback from friends. I think playing for friends is incredibly valuable. Making sure that physically there is no problem while you're doing it. In other words, I think most of the time if you feel some sort of pain, your body is trying to tell you maybe there's something is not quite right.
there's lots of, yeah, I mean, a friend of mine made a list of 10 things, like for 10 rules of practicing, and I have it on my wall in my practice room, and it's very helpful. I mean, one of them is if you have any sort of tension, that it's the same kind of problem as intonation or articulation, you have to fix it. One thing, there's several bad habits that people have when they practice. One is just constantly neurotically going over one little passage, and you're basically just trying to make yourself feel better when you're actually not fixing the problem or understanding, digesting the problem. And so one thing is to, when you mess up, stop and start again from before where the problem happened, maybe, and make sure that every time you do it, it's the way you want it, and go back again and do it again. And I think I wasted a lot of time a long time ago with that kind of practicing, getting comfortable, but not analyzing how to do it, in 5 minutes.
And I think maybe one thing that I would really try to keep in mind in general, and it's not always easy to do that, is if you don't like something you're doing, immediately ask yourself why, and don't compromise. In other words, make sure you find some sort of reason that's convincing why you weren't happy with that passage, instead of just telling yourself, I can't play this passage. That's not good enough. You have to say, I'm not able to play it right now because A, B, C. It's too fast, it's too high, it's too low, I don't know, But I think it's really, really important to always remind yourself, even when you're very frustrated, this is not right because,